Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Play Hitman Absolution. Let's take a look at the intro first.
For years, Diana was my sole handler at the agency. She supplied information and secrecy, and I sold perfection. We had trust. Then last August 10th, Diana brought the agency to its knees. She flushed all accounts, cut off all communication lines, exposed the agents, and used the confusion to vanish. Now the reformed agency has finally tracked her down and offered me the contract. One day, I will think of this as just another job. After all, this is what I do.
Pleasant tidings ahead.
She always talks about him.
And yeah, you can hang out on that menu for a bit and it gives kind of a description. But we're going to just go ahead and go through. Gonna go through the level select. I've completed this game, so we're just gonna be doing one step at a time, starting at the very beginning. Doing this on normal because I'm a coward and all the other difficulties are way too hard for me. But let's move on past this. I'm listening.
I need you to be brave. A man will come and take you away.
That's going to be 47.
Go with you. This is how it has to be. This man is different. He will protect you. Please don't judge him for what he might do.
Because I'm going to do some fucked up shit. Looking good.
I'm sorry. Maybe someday you will understand.
Now, we see that coin a couple of times throughout the game, and I still don't understand its significance. It's quite possibly something I missed in the previous games, but, you know, there it is.
47. This is Benjamin Travis.
Hi, Ben.
Money has been wired to your account.
Sweet.
Welcome to Chicago. I appreciate you taking this assignment, 47. It is never easy targeting our own, but Diana Burnwood's treason must be dealt with. I would send in one of the teams, but this is a job for a scalpel, not a hammer.
Reasons are irrelevant.
Exactly. Good luck, 47.
So, yeah, if you didn't quite pick it up during the intro, Diana Burnwood is the person that pretty much leads all of your missions in the previous games. You know, she's the go-to person in between every mission. She gives you all the information and data and all that good stuff. But apparently, for some reason, she has decided to go AWOL and fuck our shit up. So 47 is being sent in to kill his former handler. And he starts off by killing some random security guard in a ice cream man suit. So we begin the prologue, a personal contract.
During this assignment, key game elements will be highlighted.
Okay, so this is the tutorial mission of Hitman, explaining all of the, your HUD menu and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of talk over that. I've gone through this, I already know what I'm doing, so we're just gonna mosey on over. So obviously, I'll just go ahead and mention the stuff that they're talking over. You've got your radar in the right, the left corner. You've got your weapons in the right. Here's our objectives menu. So right here is your task, what you're trying to do, the main goal of the mission. 47 will give a description about what's going on. We have challenges. There are a bunch of different ways to complete each mission. Various challenges that you can complete. In this particular mission, I finished them all. So things like Chameleon is picking up every single disguise. Evidence Collectors picking up pieces of evidence. Infiltrator not being seen and all that stuff. Each mission has their own different brand of challenges, and each mission you can actually complete them in various ways utilizing this challenge menu. So some ways to assassinate a target are more easier, more obvious. Some are a bit more esoteric, and you can kind of use this page, I should say, to get some understanding of how to best go through each level and kind of really see everything and do every hit in every kind of fashion. And then this is your inventory. You really don't need to spend any time in here. It just kind of gives a description of what you're wearing, the type of guns that you are carrying. It's not really all of that important.
You are about to enter a restricted area.
Okay.
The guard up ahead will try to arrest you if you
Going ahead and sneaking. Boop-doop-doo. Alright, so we're going to go over here. Going to switch over to our cover, and then we're going to
Items found in the world can be used as close
pick up the
combat
wrench.
weapons, or you can use them to distract your enemies. Throw the wrench at the buckets to distract.
And so right now I'm kind of going to just follow the tutorial.
Slip past while the guard is
And like I said, you can do pretty much anything that you wanted to. If you want to go through stealth-wise, you can do that. If you want to go through a more aggressive style, you can do that. Here's a checkpoint. You'll see these scattered throughout the world. You just hit one. You can only have one checkpoint active at a time.
Use your fiber wire
So
to
let's
silently
get this guy. Huh.
clean kill. Notice the fiber
Boop,
wire
doop,
allows you
doo.
to drag your target in
Alright, and we're just going to dump him over here. And the game may explain it. Yeah, there it goes.
The container has room for one more body and still has room for you to hide.
So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this coffee cup. You'll find a bunch of random items like coffee cups and things like that scattered throughout the world. You'll be using them to pick up, using them as distractions, I should say. And speaking of distractions, I'm getting kind of distracted with her talking at the same time. So I'm just going to fling that over here. Pick this up. Yeah, every chance you get, you want to make sure you have some kind of projectile, like a book, a brick, just some kind of secondary item that you can go over there and throw. And I did all of this stuff pretty quickly, so I have to wait a bit for
Wait and listen to the people around you.
things to
They might
happen.
give vital information or simply let you know when the coast is clear.
So these two are going to talk, and then they're going to walk, and finally I'll be able to move forward. Okay, you'll notice right here that I've got the scale cover option.
Instinct or consult the radar
You
to
know,
locate the exit.
not completely reliable. You can't always scale everything that would seem scalable, so be very careful when you're going about, and make sure that if you're going to make a plan to scale over something, that you do
Anticipate enemy
see that you can scale over the item. Like this particular item I can scale over. They're making mentions of instinct. Here's the instinct meter. As you can see, guards and whatnot will be displayed in yellow. And that little fire trail is the path that the guard will take. And I'm going to go ahead and just do this. Because it's fun. Making sure to pick up my book. And let's see. Just gonna go ahead and dump him over the ledge with that knife in his head still. You can go ahead and pick up their weapons as well, but not gonna do that right now. He's not gonna turn around, so I'm just gonna waltz right past him. And here's our disguise tutorial.
You are disguised as a guard.
Okay.
In this disguise, you are allowed
So
to
I'm
be
just gonna mosey on over.
Be mindful that other gardeners see through your disguise if you come too close.
So I'm gonna blend in, and now I'm inside. And you'll notice at the bottom that that yellow meter is going down because I had to use some instinct in order to properly blend in. But instinct in the, at least the normal difficulty, isn't too difficult to obtain. These security guards don't recognize me because I'm not wearing a guard uniform. Other gardeners, on the other hand, would get suspicious and check me out because I don't look familiar to them, but the guards don't care. Gonna go ahead and turn this valve to get these guys to go away from the door, because once I go through that door, it will be considered trespassing. And now, yeah, when you do things like throw books to distract guards, you kill, various actions will get you instinct. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak past them and go onto this ledge.
Yet this is the mark of the silent assassin, to leave the world around him
And now both characters, 47 and the narrator, are trying to talk at the same time because I'm going a little bit faster than the game expecting me to me. Hey, this guy doesn't have prostate cancer. Congratulations, guy. Have a trip. There you go.
You are now inside the mansion.
So, you can use these books not only as distractions, but ways to kill people using the attack button. BAM! Book to the head. Moving right along. Gonna go inside here. Running makes a lot of noise, so you don't want to do that often. That was a piece of evidence. You'll find at least 2, sometimes more, throughout the world. If you pick them up, you'll get higher rankings. And I'm gonna go ahead and disable the security. And the game in the challenge menu is pretty good about telling you where everything is. So if you're doing a scavenging for collectibles, you can always look through there. So the game is gonna start scoring me now. And the best way to do this, I found, is go over here and start this guy's conversation with the chef. And then I'm going to walk over here. Under normal playthroughs, I usually do something with that guy, but I'm actually going to leave him alone right now. And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to grab the sleeping pills. You'll notice a couple things. If you press R1 in certain spots where there is a icon like that, it'll give you information. Using your instinct will also highlight items such as the sleeping pills. There's the button that's on the outside. As you can see, I've got a target right over there. I need to get to that guy, and I need to obtain a key card from him. So right now, while I can walk somewhat freely around utilizing this guard's uniform, other guards are going to become suspicious of me, so I need something to disguise myself from the guards. And fortunately, I've got this chef right here who is cooking up I'm sure, a delicious meal. You can put that inside his drink. I mean, inside his food. This is what you want to put inside the drink. So the chef's not going to get suspicious that I'm walking around. As you can see, he's about to taste the food that I just gave put the sleeping pills into. So he's gonna go and stumble on over. Gonna use instinct to kind of see what's going on out there. The main security, the head of security I should say, is busy doing some business, while this guy decides he wants to take a little nap. So I'm actually going to go ahead and steal his disguise.
You were disguised as a chef. You are allowed everywhere in the
And then
grounds
I'm
of
going
the
to drag him over here.
No one in the mansion will see through this disguise, but be mindful not to carry visible
Yes,
weapons, as
yes.
they will
Be
cause
careful.
suspicion.
So I'm going to go ahead and dump him in here. So you notice that you got I was deducted 185 points
For one more body and
for pacifying a target, and I got those 185 points back by hiding a body. So that guy has taken a drink and is now going to start waltzing his way over to this area right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hang out. Closets are one place where you can drop bodies and you can also hide in. Let me showcase that. Whenever you're inside a container,
you are now hidden. If enemies did not see you
yeah,
enter,
the
you
game's gonna go ahead and explain it for me, so I can peek out and see a little bit. I can also use instinct. Fortunately, 47's head is blocking the way, but I believe he fell unconscious. Yes, he did. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this key card, and just for the sake of lulz, I'm going to hide the body. Don't need to, no one's gonna come this direction, but just for giggles, I'm gonna go ahead and hide the body over here. And then we're gonna make our way up to the exit point, which is upstairs. Now, going upstairs is a place where
If your score is high enough,
the
you will unlock an assassin technique.
the chef's disguise is not allowed, so people would get suspicious if they saw me up here. Fortunately, no one did for very long.
Closing in on target.
Well done, 47.
So we are pretty much right where we need to be. The game's forcing me to walk as we go through this, because through this door
She's too dangerous to be left
is our target.
that when you pull the trigger.
So let's see. Oh, time for some sexy time, and somehow 47 gets his suit back, which will happen throughout the game. You know, it's kind of a little jarring, but whatever. Don't mind, because he looks like a badass. Boom. And we did it! Hooray! We killed our friend, technically. Because I'm fairly certain throughout the Hitman storyline, these two have had a somewhat rocky history. But they've always been pretty much loyal to each other.
47?
So, yeah. It's pleasant. Good times.
I should kill you. Why did you do this?
47!
We all have our limits, even you, 47. We used to have honor.
Diana,
No. I had to take her away from the doctors. I knew you would understand.
Fuck. Something's not right.
Oh, balls.
I'm glad still have a chance.
In my room. A letter. Now go. Take the girl and run. Before Travis finds out. Please. Do not let her turn into you. Promise me.
I promise.
Now, this is part of the storyline that I don't quite recall, mostly because I didn't play some of the games. I played Blood Money, and that's the only one that I've played and finished. But I think that 47 is a scientific experiment to create the perfect assassin, but there were some kinks, and the girl Victoria is supposed to be even better than 47, but she has her kinks as well, as we'll see. So we're going to do the point shooting, which is pretty much boom, 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 boom. And then it's kind of like the mark and execute feature in Splinter Cell. Pretty much just wipe the floor with everyone, but that uses a good deal of instinct, so you have to be careful where you use it. Gonna go ahead and just pick this a lock, open up the door, and inside, say hello to Victoria, everybody. And that's gotta be a pleasant sight to turn to.
You know who I am.
I know. She's dead, isn't she?
A little bit.
Come on, stay close to me.
Where are we going?
Away from here. That's pretty much the sum of it.
Get in. It's done. Excellent work, 47. Bring the girl to the extraction point.
Fuck you! And because we can't have nice things,
Why did the agency
good question.
I don't know. I guess I might have.
Diana did this for you. Why?
Please, she was my only friend. She took me away from the doctors.
Tell me about the doctors.
It's really blurry. Like, really bad dream. Why?
We need to go.
So, some shady shit going on.
Sir, there's nobody here. I think the asset's gone AWOL.
God damn it! I was afraid they couldn't do it. Put every agent on this, you hear me, Jane? Locate 47 before he slips between the cracks.
Okay, and here's the score menu. Since this level only had one place where there was a score to it, it's gonna display only the mansion ground floor. As you get into the other missions, you'll see multiple levels in which you'll get scored for each individual section. So right now I got the professional ranking, because I pacified two targets, but I completed my objectives and I hid the bodies, so it kind of actually all neutrals gets even out, I think, for this one. So that's gonna about do it for me today. We will see you next time for the next level.